was it a 25-pound CO2 tank or a 5-pound?
It was just 5.
Oh, come on.
But
still probably not aluminum.
Seriously, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it is.
Those things are
Well,
really bad.
You should have work boots when you're working around CO2 tanks and stuff with steel toes.
Safety first.
OSHA recommended.
Safety second, fun first. So as you guys know, we are here. We have a whole bunch of homebrew beers that we're gonna go sample through. And but first, you want to talk about Triple Bottom a little bit?
Yeah, sure. We are at 915 Spring Garden Street, and am I talking loud enough?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe.
We'll ask our director. Is she talking loud enough?
I'll let you know.
Okay.
Thank you. We opened just before the pandemic, September 2019. So we're coming up on 2 years.
Cool.
And I think a full 16 or 17 months of those 2 years, our tap room was closed. We just reopened our tap room last month.
It's tough.
What a time. What a wild ride to
but you
start.
survived. You're here.
We're here.
The sad thing for me is I just installed their tap system with this beautiful tower
It was
and everything.
so beautiful.
And then it's boom, closed.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
Yeah, you did such a good job. It's so organized in our cold box. Oh my god, people comment on it.
Nice.
Yeah. So you guys had like what, 6 months of being open? 7 months of
We
being
had
open?
6 months, and we were literally everything was in the tap room. It was all that was our model, was draft over the bar.
You didn't have a canning line or anything?
No canning line. I think we'd sold 2 kegs off premise for events. We had no outside revenue stream. So that was a big adjustment. And
Adjustment.
Complete pivot.
Complete survival mode. And we brought in Ironheart, which is a mobile canning company, who we had already talked to because we knew at some point we wanted to can.
Yep.
We were thinking 3 to 5 years, but we wanted to lay the groundwork. So we at least knew what they would need, and our electrician had been exposed to COVID, so he couldn't come help us hook up the wiring. So Kyle, my partner, was on the phone with the electrician, taking apart the wires so that we could get the mobile canning company in. But it works, and so now we're in cans, and now the tap room
Are
is
you
back
still
open.
using the mobile cannery? Or?
We are, yeah. Canning lines are not
Yeah.
within our reach at the moment.
Right.
But dreaming of someday having
Right.
our own.
It's because you have such a beautiful spot is why you can't afford the canning line, because the spot's so beautiful.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots.
It's really nice though when you walk in there. I like how it's not dark and dingy. You went with the bright and nice and clean. I really like that. So.
Well, I think that same building, didn't we consider looking at that building to go into at some point?
I don't
Or
know.
somebody came to us because they were talking about making that first floor like a mall kind of area and
okay.
having multiple retail stores, but this is probably 6 years ago.
Yeah.
But no, it is a beautiful location right there.
Yeah, it's an awesome space.
Yeah, and then what's going on the trestle up there? Are they building anything?
They just knocked that building down.
Did they?
Yeah, last week. So we're in the original offices of the Reading Railroad. That's our building. It's this beautiful old 5-story, 110 years old. And that's why our space is so cool, because it's the original windows, original floors. It's super bright. And upstairs there's artist studios and their offices, and then connected. There's what was the Reading Railroad that would go into Reading Terminal, and it's still a big viaduct. And the hope is that the rail park will move into that space, and
Awesome.
that will become a public green space.
Yeah.
But on the other side of it was another sort of little train station that was the mini version of our building, and that is still owned by Reading, and they just knocked it down last week.
Without warning, did you know that it was
I mean, I
happening?
had been hearing rumblings of it for
Yeah.
a month or two.
Literal.
It's
Yeah.
kind of sad because the architecture of that building was a really unique looking building, but I guess
Yeah.
just the way it was configured, it wasn't going to really ever be anything else. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's such a bummer. I think they're sort of absentee landlords, right? And it was just becoming a liability for them and not
Yeah.
something that they wanted to deal with.
it was becoming a residence for other people.
Yeah, it was. And now, I don't know where those folks are living, so it's been a whole transition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and speaking of that, I see you guys have the fridge set up on the side.
Yeah.
That's really cool. It's kind of like a take some, leave some type thing.
Yeah, it's an awesome. So there's an organization called Mama Tea, which has been doing these bright yellow fridges throughout the city. So I think we were fridge number 3, started last summer, and it's a mutual aid like give what you can, take what you need.
There's one outside the Crane building, I think, right?
Probably.
Yeah,
They've got like
there is.
a ton now. They
There's
have
a
just
few
been
outside
like
there,
building a
actually.
movement. It's awesome.
That's cool.
And it's very well used by like so many people in our community. It's awesome.
Yeah, every
It's
time
really
I
just-
pass by, is somebody going in and out of the fridge.
It's
Yeah.
literally just a fridge that you can bring. Like, if you got more eggs than you need, you come and put the eggs in there. And
Yeah.
then you're like, oh wait, that's really nice butter. I'm gonna take that butter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like some folks, like I've opened it up to check on it, and people have individually prepared like spaghetti meals, like
Oh, wow.
labeled, and like people can just come home and take a meal if they're not going to be able to get a meal anywhere else.
That's super cool. Did
it's
you reach
really
out
cool.
to them, or did they reach out to you?
They reached out to us.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's prime location, so that's great.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a good spot.
So, so I think we briefed on this a little bit earlier before we went live, but you are also the only, or Triple Bottom, not you, because that would be
Me
awkward.
personally.
Yeah, but Triple Bottom is the only B Corp brewery in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
So B Corp is like, I mean, we got close to B Corp, and I got sidetracked. But if
Yeah.
you want to explain it really quick.
Yeah, so B Corp is a certification for mission-driven for-profit businesses that basically like scours every part of how you do your business. You can apply starting once you're a year old. So we turned 1 this past September. We applied. It took us about 6 months to go through this whole like assessment verification process, and we were really lucky, like just barely we got through, and that's even with like our whole business being designed around this.
Yeah.
So it's a really hard, intense thing. Having gone through it, I have so much more respect for other folks who did it before, but it essentially, a B Corp is a for-profit business that meets the highest verified standards of social and environmental impact.
Yeah, like you have to, like I remember when we were going through it, we have to talk to our vendors to make sure that we're aligned with
Yep.
moral standards that our vendor is. And if not, we're not going to work with that vendor.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know,
it
so-
goes, it's not just like what's in your walls. It's like all down
Yeah.
the supply chain, and then
Yeah.
like when you send stuff out, where is it going? How are you getting those things back?
I think King
It's-
Arthur is probably one of the larger,
Yes.
King Arthur Flour is one of the larger B Corps out there.
And like Patagonia is
Yep.
B Corp, Ben and Jerry's. In the beer world, I think some of the big
All
ones
those Vermont companies.
are, yeah, totally. It's like a very responsible part of the world. Yeah, Allagash, Alchemist, and New Belgium are B Corp breweries. I think we were the 15th brewery in the country
Oh,
to
wow,
become a B
that's-
Corp.
That's huge.
And first in Pennsylvania. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. It's good
Congratulations.
company.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
And then I think we'll get into beers after one more question. I just when we brief this too, but what's the temperature currently in the brewing scene as a woman brewer? I know we had some struggles and probably still are struggles, but
Yeah,
you're our first female brewer here as a guest. So
I'm honored.
yes,
Yeah, I would say so. There's been a very much a bubbling to the surface of issues that have been going on forever.
Yeah.
And I think, like, thank goodness that people are now talking about them.
Yep.
I think from my experience, it's you're often the only person in the room who looks like you, and I think that's exhausting, frankly. And I know that already the brewing industry has made strides. The first craft brewers conference I went to, the one in Philly, I had an awful time. I felt like there were no other women there. Like,
Yeah.
walking the trade floor was super creepy and predatory. I mean, it was just really, really bad. And I felt, when I went again a couple of years later, I think, one, I felt more confident in like what I was doing. I was
Right.
like on my way to building this brewery.
yeah, you had to aim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I knew what I needed to get out of it. But also, there were more women there. There was a diversity ambassador. There were real conversations happening that were just starting to happen. And so I think we're on the right track, but clearly, it's business by business, and some
Yep.
places have not been prioritizing being inclusive and
Yeah.
really like actually
Absolutely, yeah.
walking the walk instead of just talking the talk. I think it's so easy, especially in this industry when so many of us are fortunate to have platforms, to talk the talk. Like, lots of people can
sure.
give lip service to this, and like actually shifting your power structures and everything is hard work. And I'm glad that there's sort of this bright light being shown right now on places that haven't done that work and need to, and people are holding them accountable. And also, I think in the inverse, like, people are paying more attention to those who have done that work and celebrating that rather than
sure.
just like going for maybe what's hype and like ignoring the fact that behind that hype is like people taking advantage of other people in a pretty negative way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm hopeful, and you know, we teamed up with Love City Brewing and just had a session at Triple Bottom for managers and owners.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was live. It wasn't live online.
Right, yeah, no, that's what I was like, oh, when you did something like this, yeah.
Yes.
Right, you got
So
it. Yeah.
so and like 50 or 60 owners and managers showed up. I mean, it blew
That's
us
awesome.
away, and it was months after this first sort of Me Too movement erupted. So like people are continuing to stay in the conversation, and that's amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Can't wait till we're big enough where it's an issue with us.
We're just going to do a five-person.
5-person crew. It
Yeah.
doesn't really. We're having problems finding people to work for us right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, but now, like, that means I'm a father of 2 daughters. I have a 9-year-old and a 6-year-old, and I don't want them walking into the future in that type of environment. You know,
Yeah.
I would much rather them be inclusive and being included in whatever they want to be included as.
Yep.
So it means a lot to me as well. And you guys, Triple Bottom is majority woman-owned?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Stop hitting the tape.
Yeah, when he says don't do something,
I
don't
know.
do it because it's really bad for the microphones.
I
Such rebels over here.
That was a good icebreaker. So you want to try some beers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't wait.
I'm already trying a beer. I'll tell you what I'm trying first. I'm trying my good old CD Pills. It's one of my go-to pilsners that I get at the grocery store.
Hey Nick, what's the CD stand for?
It's God. Why did you ask me that question?
Compact disc.
I
I have no
I
idea.
prepped you by asking that question earlier.
It's just to me, it seems like it's the brewery name because it's CD up here with their logo. But you look on the back, it says. No, that's the town. It's in German, so it's really hard for me to read.
For you guys viewing, open up a new tab really quick and let us know.
Let us know in the chat. Do we have any questions in the chat so far for Trish? Not Trish.
Trish.
Trish is our public relations person for Tess. Does anybody have any questions for Tess?
I have one question. Who's the guest? It's Tess from Triple Bottom.
Tess
As we
Hart,
said.
Tess Hart.
Triple Bottom on
Hey.
that 9. Did you say 917?
915 Spring Garden.
Spring Garden.
Come
Check it
by.
out for sure.
And just some people saying how much they love Triple Bottom.
Oh,
Oh,
thank
yeah.
you guys.
Where's the name come from, if you don't mind?
That's a good
Yeah, that is a good question. So we have a triple bottom line. So a lot of businesses have a single bottom line, which is your profit line. We also measure our success based on our impact on people and the planet, hence like trying to become a B Corp. We're a fair chance business, so we meet a lot of our team members through amazing nonprofit partners. Our team members, many of them have overcome a lot of major barriers to be with us. We're all renewable energy powered. So we wanted to have that accountability to our values in the name itself. So Triple Bottom. But our first logo had like 3 people sitting on bar stools. And so a lot of people thought our name was 3 Butts. They just, like couldn't remember
Triple
it.
butts.
Yeah,
I don't know why
that's
it-
So
fine.
is this the same beer?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I don't know why it
he
sounds-
needs to fill out the thing online. That's why I wanted you to do that.
Okay, yeah, well, I was going to say this first beer that we have is from Steve McGall.
McGraw.
Yeah, he's one of our customers over in Jersey. I always call him Mega W. 'Cause
I
it's-
believe he came in second place.
he did, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, he
So
did.
that means it's going to be good. It is nice and
Yay.
clear so far. We'll get this in
And he
front of
said,
you.
Thank you.
30 Camlin.
What kind of beer?
This is Hopschlager Golden IPA with real hop flakes because apparently he was using a dry hopping thing. You remember that one that would fit into the kegs but had holes on the top? So
Oh yeah, so it would just all come out
all
the
the
top.
hops just came out of the top. of this
They're the
thing.
worst designed hot things ever. They're so bad.
He said he did tell me that Jim Fish helped him brew this beer. I mean, I think he helped him brew that second place beer that we did last. Was
All
it
right,
last month?
it's a good team.
Yeah, last month.
So,
So I
Steve
mean,
and Jim.
the first thing off the bat is look at that head.
Yeah.
It's still there. From
Yeah.
I mean, I know Jimmy pours rough and all, but it's still when he got
really hard
to the
to
last
do.
one.
I know I poured mine like all clean.
But ours got the rough pour. But no, it's great.
That's
Yeah.
what
That
carbonation's
color is
still coming up from the bottom.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It smells good too.
And
Yeah.
Steve, if you're watching, I was working the store when you dropped these off. and I told you I was gonna swirl it around, because it says with real hop flakes,
Kind of clever.
really big.
Read.
And
What does that mean?
Because it overflowed.
Oh, okay.
So there's hot
Okay.
flakes in the bottom, and I was like, wait, the clarity cam's gonna have to see that, but
Yeah.
I didn't.
Do you got one in there?
No, yeah, is there one, there's one in the clarity cam, right?
Oh, you already did?
There was, now I'm drinking.
He was quick on the draw there. So yeah, it's nice and clear. There's a little chill haze to it, but it's not bad. But it
Yeah.
has a nice clarity to it. I really like the head. It's still sticking around. That's nice and hard to do with the beer, so glad he did that.
I think it tastes great,
Yeah,
too.
it's good beer.
Yeah, it's really good.
The aroma is really nice. It's got
Yeah, I really like the nose.
it's got like a fresh hop nose to it.
It's those flakes, baby.
Yeah, no, you can smell it. It's like nice fresh hops in there. How
Yeah.
old is it? I wonder. Is he online?
Hey, Steve, if you're here, man, give us a little more info on this beer, bro.
He didn't tell me, there's not a date on it, but from my understanding when I talked to him, it was pretty new.
Pretty.
Yeah.
Taste it like.
Yeah, I like the sharpness of the nose balances sort of like the malty sweetness that I'm getting.
Yeah, right.
On the finish, it's a nice balance.
It's it's good rounded.
Yeah.
There's not a highlight on one side or the other. It's just a good beer.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve, what kind of hops did you use? He's in the chat.
He's in
Hey.
there. Nice.
Hi, Steve.
Yeah. Let us know.
I think he hates when I call him Mega W, but if I had Mega in my name, I'd want everybody to call me Mega whatever.
I mean,
Mega
I got one little floater, but I don't know if that's because it was in the glass beforehand.
What glasses are we drinking out of, Nick?
Yeah,
Are they clean?
were just washed
Please.
like a couple minutes ago. I don't know how well I didn't do it, so can't blame me.
Well, then they're probably better.
This was brewed 19 days ago.
19 days ago? Okay,
Whoa.
yeah. No, it tastes great.
Super
Nice
fresh.
and fresh.
Yeah, there's bitterness, but exactly where you want bitterness to be. It's not like
Yeah, it's the
overly
nice
bitter.
amount.
It's well rounded. It's not just like your West Coast. This is all aroma hops. It's got a little bit of bittering to it.
Yeah.
It's got Columbus, Centennial,
These
Yep.
are
Simcoe,
West Coast,
and
East
Azaka.
Coast.
Azaka's a star.
Yeah,
I
not
love
East Coast.
Zaka.
Yeah.
Not well, New England, I should say.
Right. Yeah.
It's not a juice bomb, which
No. I really like it when they're not juice bombs.
yeah, a lot of people seem to be
Cheers.
moving that directions lately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I've actually,
Probably reeling out of that scene.
Yeah.
I've just moved directly to mostly pilsners and lagers,
Sure.
but
Yeah, that's my jam.
Mm-hmm.
But this
Well,
is nice. This is
It's
really
nice. You
easy.
get the aroma and the fruity kind of
Mhm.
smell and everything you get from an East Coast beer without all the just getting beat over the head with haze and hops.
yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
we did that judging last month, and then I feel like we should still kind of rate beers too. Maybe give them a number on out of 10. Just like out of 10, what would you throw on this
Oh
beer?
boy.
I'm just gonna give all beers a 1.
So in that case, 11.
yeah, I would say this is somewhere around a 7 to 8 at
Yeah.
least. There is a little chill haze, so there's that going on. It's not perfectly clear, but it's pretty damn clear. The flavors are all great in there. It's got a nice bittering and balancing, but it's not the most perfect beer I've ever tried in my entire life. So you don't get a 10.
Nobody gets 10.
Yeah.
We should get those like Olympic cards.
Next time.
Yeah, for sure.
Probably in the 8 range. Definitely 8 range.
I'm saying 8 as well.
Steve
Yeah, I was gonna say
mentioned
8 too.
That, he used a coffee filter on the lid to keep the hops from getting through, but it ripped. Hence the hop flakes. And Jim Fish says that's just wrong. Don't do that.
Well, like I said, I was gonna swirl it up and get some hot flakes in there, but I respected your wish not to, so I didn't.
It was great. I finished it.
Yay!
Time for the next one, I guess.
Yeah.
You don't have to
I'm
finish
not,
them all.
no offense, I'm not going to finish just because it's going to be a long night if I do. I got to get home safely.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I just got that 250 pounds sponge going on, so I can just.
Oh, your big vegan sandwich.
No,
Oh, your body.
my body. I did not just eat a 250 pound vegan sandwich, but it does
So, like,
sound
maybe 25
delicious.
I'm trying to put the glasses down really quiet.
The glasses are fine. You just can't slam on the table
I wasn't slamming on the table.
No, you were
like a little kid.
All right, so this is from Fish, actually.
Ooh.
So,
kind of beer is it?
Huh? It's a brown ale with mulling spices. So Jim Fish is one of our employees over in Jersey, and he won first place in the competition with this beer, I know. And then I made the mulling spices last year.
Oh, what's the
And so after he won, he's like, dude, what did you put in the mulling spices? I was like, I don't know. It was like a year and a half ago. He can never remake this beer.
Man, what an honor
Well,
to taste
yeah,
it.
thank you, Jim, for giving us this.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's good. Don't
I mean, if you won first place.
You pour a little rougher.
Oh, this beer was
Just a
first.
little.
Well, you know, I mean, I'm getting mixed signals from you now.
Well,
Like,
no,
you whine about me pouring, and then I'll change it up, and you whine about me pouring.
we have video of you doing some pretty horrible pours.
Well,
But you're getting much better. Oh my God, it's pretty good. Look at it. It's got a
Yeah.
little foam head to it.
Pretty
Let
even.
me
Good
get rid of this one,
job. Ooh, thank you.
There you go.
I like the head color.
It does
Yeah.
smell like those spices.
No, I know there was cinnamon, cloves, hibiscus, ginger.
Hibiscus.
Yeah, hibiscus should go
Yeah.
with everything, in my opinion. Hibiscus is like one of my favorite things. And
It
it's
makes
not
everything
because-
pink, which is great.
It's not because my favorite color is pink, but it does make
It's a nice pink though, hibiscus. We have a hibiscus Cosmo at the brewery right now. It's really good.
It's funny, a long time ago we used to play Halo, was it 2 or something?
Yeah.
And we would have a posse of like 3 or 4 of us, but we would all wear the brightest, pinkest power armor that was available to us. And everybody, we'd go online and play against other people, and they'd be like, "What the hell is wrong with you guys?" It was glorious.
Yeah, it sounds
missed it.
beautiful.
All right, back to the beer. Sorry about
Yeah.
that. So yeah, great smell to it.
Anthony's got some
It's like
he's got
apple
some
cider.
opinions over there with his face.
Anthony does not like the spiciness of it.
No, it's not the spicy. I got a little bit of clove in there.
Yeah, exactly. I'm with you.
Yeah.
So clove to me is like chlorophenol, like a phenolic. Because I smell that too.
I think I might have got the butt end of it. So
I feel like there's a pepperiness to it. I don't know if pepper was in your mulling spices. It'd be
No.
weird, but sort of on the
There
finish
might
I
have been
get some.
paradise seeds. We'll just
Okay.
have like that
Yeah,
a
the
little
pepper.
pepper ester to it.
Yeah.
No, I get the clove, and I like the clove. I don't have that problem with clove.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm with you. I mean, it's
it's
yeah.
good until the end. It tastes very good. Then I get a follow
Yeah.
through that I don't like.
Yeah.
Did you know that clove oil extract can be used as a pain reliever for oral purposes?
Yeah, that's what they used to do.
Because when I had my root canal, it was the only thing that was saving me.
I've done
Wow.
I was literally
I put clove in their gums.
Yeah, literally in tears. And then my neighbor gives me a little bottle of clove extract, and I put some oil there, and like it was the only thing that calmed it down. And then the Valium helped me sleep.
Back in the day, it was the doctors would give you like a clove oil or cloves,
Yeah.
and then they would just move straight to heroin.
It's
So that was
natural
Yeah,
progression.
yeah. Real
1800s,
nice
1900s.
spectrum there. That's good.
Like, oh,
Yeah.
that didn't work for you. Here's heroin. It's great. It's fine.
What did they call it back in the day too? It was like
They had all those,
Laudanum or something.
all those
Laudanum.
bottles that were,
Yeah.
Coca-Cola had cocaine in
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like that this isn't super sweet.
Yeah.
Because I think I don't love spiced beers, and I think a lot of that is because there's spiced and sweet,
Yeah,
and this
usually
is like,
syrupy.
yeah, this
Right.
one's
It's
still
not
like
super
pretty
sweet,
dry, which is
but
good.
there is still maltiness,
Yes.
which is nice.
Yeah.
There's no, you didn't put an ABV on it, so we have.
Fish,
No,
what's the ABV? Give us some more info, bud. He's out there.
I do like the color. The color's
Okay.
nice. It's a nice brown ale
beautiful.
color. It's not dark like a stout would be, but it hasn't. It almost has that. It's almost as dark as what you would say a porter would be, but that's a mixed reaction. A lot of people say porters are very different colors. I find.
A different answer from everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is more red than I would think of a porter.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's definitely got that nice brown.
I think I would like it better if it was snowing.
I get it.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right? Like, I mean,
Context.
It is a winter solstice beer, so yeah.
Context matters. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
In
So
front
it
of the
was
fire.
what, 98 today, and it's just like not awesome.
All I know is
It
I
was
walked out
rough.
of my house and I looked like I was swimming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you sweat while you're getting your haircut?
I did
Yeah,
actually.
that's
I
right.
had like.
Everything just sticks to you.
Well, the big thing is the mask thing. Like now, you have, in Pennsylvania, anybody outside of Pennsylvania, you have to wear masks inside business unless they ask for proof of vaccination at the door. And they're not going to do that for hair barbery places or like here. We're not going to do that. Wear a mask if you come in. But when you're sitting there in the barber chair, all it is just catching all the hair and just pushing all the hot air up into your forehead, and you're just sitting there like, oh god, this is the worst experience ever.
I'm gonna come back over to Jersey.
But they did give me a cocktail to start, so I
Oh, wait.
Whoa, you got a good spot.
Oh yeah, Philadelphia Barber Co. Check him out. Ask for Ruben. He actually said he was probably going to pop on and watch. So if you did, I just gave you props.
We'll shout out for Ruben.
Ruben at Philadelphia Barber Company.
Philadelphia Barber Company.
They actually had
Great
an
haircuts.
aged Negroni on as their cocktail.
Woo.
It's crazy. I got my haircut at Haddon Barber Company.
Huh?
Did
I got my
you
haircut at Haddon Barber
get a
Company.
cocktail?
No, I didn't get a cocktail.
Seems
But
like,
it's just funny, these names.
yeah.
Philadelphia Barber Company,
Place-based.
Haddon Barber Company.
Well, you gotta like get them first, or else you're just not gonna get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause it's
Next time, I mean, Collinswood's a dry town, technically, even though they have,
Is it?
yeah, even though they have Devil's Creek. But maybe I'll just bring my own cocktail in there.
Yeah.
Just go in there with a martini glass and be like, "Ready for my haircut?"
Or just go to Philadelphia Barber Company and see Ruben.
Follow up. This was
I'll do
7%.
that.
7%.
7%. Okay, cool.
All right.
The other one was 6.8, so we're back on our higher. So last month we did lawnmower beers only, and they had to be like 5% or under.
Nice.
That's why we nailed through like 18 of them.
Yeah.
Without too much trouble.
Woo.
Yeah, there was one time when we first started doing live streaming is when we had a contest during the pandemic, and it was
Roy Pitz with Chris.
yeah, it was all like high gravity beers because like we planned this contest out well before lockdown happened, but I think lockdown happened, we had to do a live stream of the judging. I don't remember the last part of it.
Oh
It
no.
took 4 hours and we drank 50 beers.
It was
Oh
50, it was
my-
actually 58.
Yeah, we lost.
We lost 8 of them because we couldn't see. But
Oh my god.
But yeah, 50 big beers. It was like we were there for 4 hours. I think like hour 3, Nick just gave up and started ordering food.
I was trying to order food, but like I was trying to order food to Roy Pitz, and I was trying to order food to the actual Roy Pitz in Chambersburg, and not the one. I was like, why? They're right down the street. Why can't they deliver to me?
It was a mess. So,
It
yeah.
was a mess. So let's move
Well,
on to the
thank you
next
for
beer.
taking it a little easier on me today.
It's not just because of you. Trust me, me too.
We've learned a lesson or two.
Yes.
Yeah, after beer 21.
They're
So
just
the
not good
question
anymore.
is,
Nothing.
when we
Got
inevitably
nothing.
do that contest again, will you put a limit on entries?
Nope.
Nope.
So did you learn
We've learned
anything?
nothing.
Yeah.
No, we learned nothing. Like I will take one for the team
All right.
anytime.
Wow.
I'm here for you.
Well, Chris better be
guys.
back from soccer for that one because I'm out.
You're out?
I
You
can't
can't
do
do
that.
it?
Or maybe like we tag
That's-
team.
That's the one we get Kyle in.
Yeah, we'll get Kyle in.
Joe Rosen.
No, they want to do it with you too. It'll be great. We won't tell him anything about it. And then he shows up. I gotta do what?
Drink
Yeah.
50 beers.
58 high gravity beers. Can you do it?
Oof.
He would be so
Yeah,
mad.
it was just triples and like imperial stout.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
And like, it was fun. I had a great time.
Yeah,
It's our
I
first time
bet.
doing this too, though.
So this is about the beer.
Thank you.
Joe Rosenblatt, an American sour.
Damn it, I wanted to say his name. It's like the only hard name I could pronounce
Oh,
good.
here.
Joe Rosenblatt.
An
Does it-
American sour.
Does it have the same?
I believe Joe's watching too.
Joe, is this what yeast is it? Is it Philly
There's a
sour?
huge difference between these beers here. Yours seem much clearer than mine.
Yeah. Why don't you give him one of the good ones?
I'll give you the first one from now on. Thank you.
Yeah. And also, please check the glasses so I don't get a broken glass when I'm drinking.
It's not my problem.
I'm taking one for the team.
Twisted. Ugh.
You said Joe's watching?
I believe he
So,
was earlier.
Tess-
Tess-
Joe.
Yeah, you just asked what yeast.
Yeah, what yeast did you use?
Yeah, Joe, what'd you do, bud? Let us know what's up, man.
The Philly sour
So-
yeast is my favorite.
I right off the bat, off the smell, get chlorophyll. Like
I don't.
on the Band-Aid. I'm very sensitive to this one, where you are not.
Yeah, I'm not a I'm
What are
more
you
of a
talking about?
diacetyl
I'm very
person.
sensitive of the
No, not to this.
He said,
Like it's got a medicinal smell to it.
It does, but it's not that Band-Aidy smell. For me.
To me, it is.
I can get a little bit of that. That's not one that I'm sensitive to. I'm more of a diacetyl person. That's my weak. That's
And
my
I'm
thing.
diacetyl blonde.
Interesting.
Yeah. So.
But it could be a hop that's doing this, because I have run into a few hops that have produced that to me. But it also, after you let it open up, it goes into like a lemony smell.
yeah, no, it's pretty pleasant.
I don't think this is Philly sour. From the taste of it.
Yeah.
I think it's more.
Well, you were wrong.
Oh.
Is it Philly sour?
This is Philly sour with blood orange and grapefruit.
What, wait, what?
Oh.
Why didn't you write that on the label?
Yeah, check
Okay,
it out.
but I don't get the chlorophenol in the taste.
No.
I think it's just when you first open
I
it.
gave the
it-
swirl cleaned up a little.
Yeah, it did. When you first opened it, it kind of was just like right there, medicinal Band-Aid. But then you let it sit for a little bit and open up, and then it came out to like a lemony smell. But you don't get it in the flavor at all. You definitely get a lot of citrus.
Is there
Yeah.
wheat?
Can I stop you guys? We only gave a number score to the first beer. We didn't actually give one to Fish's beer. What did you guys give that a number? What
Fish's beer, I'd go 7. I think I'd probably go higher if it was more in season. I think that was the one holding back factor for me. It was hard to drink a dark beer when it's this hot out.
Or just 6?
Really? You didn't like the
Too much
spices?
cloves. Yeah, too much cloves. Even though I made the spices, but
I like the clove. But then again, like I said earlier, I do like clove in general.
I made
So
that
I was taking that oil and I was just like, this is great. And like my friend was like, yeah, it tastes horrible. I was like, it does? Yeah, it tastes horrible.
What you said.
Yeah,
I'm
normal
gonna
with
say
it.
7 for that one. I rarely like a spiced beer, but this one I enjoyed. So 7.
So it's worth a 7.
So speaking of Philly sour, have you used Philly sour?
We
Yes.
have.
Multiple times, or just once and one and done, or?
We have just used it once. We used like a knockoff of it at one point because we couldn't get it. But
What does that mean, a knockoff?
I forget what the other brand
Like
is.
China?
But
China selling Philly sour now?
well, I forget where we got it, but it was like basically trying to be the same thing, but not actually the Philly sour. But our Philly sour beer, it was our first anniversary beer that we brewed last year, and it was double fermented. We did the sour, and then we did saison yeast.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
It was great. It was also, we brewed it, and then there was a lightning storm, and our chiller, which is on the roof of our building, was struck by lightning and exploded.
Wow.
And so
Wait,
we
really?
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was very chaotic.
Did it like how? I'm really curious about this explosion.
Like Kyle went up to the roof and it's like
In
the
pieces.
chiller is blown up. You know, like it's like blown
The
out.
glycol
It's,
unit. Like
yeah.
a big glycol unit, yeah.
yeah. So we lost all control of the fermentation.
Yeah.
And amazingly, I think we were on the saison fermentation, which can ferment, you know,
Warm anyway.
and warmer. So it worked out.
That's-
It was a great beer.
That reminds me of exactly that Haruchino Nest beer.
Oh yeah, the nuclear bomb beer. Or not the nuclear
the
meltdown
tsunami
beer.
You know, Hitachino Nest. They're in Tokyo. It's a brewery in Tokyo.
Oh, with
It's
the
the
owl?
owl.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we were at Tria on Sampson. This was probably 10 years ago. But they had one beer, and I was like, because I'm a weird Japanophile, and I was like, what is that? And he's like, oh, that's got an interesting story. Read the back. And it was the last beer. Remember when the big tsunami hit in like 2006
Yeah.
or 2007? So they were in process of brewing. Tsunami hit. They lost power for 5 days.
Whoa.
And they came back, like, watered the ton and boiled anyway, and
Yeah.
was like,
This is what it is.
I was like, yes, we're buying that because that's one and done. It's never gonna happen.
Yeah,
again.
We
exactly.
used to have the bottle, but we lost it.
Yeah.
Let's just say so. So back to this beer, actually.
Sorry.
I do have a question for him. I'm guessing he didn't use any wheat in this beer. Is that correct?
Let us know, Joe.
Let us know. Because
It's not too funky.
I don't get that corny flavor in there, and we learned from Matt Farber that
Yeah.
when you use wheat in there, that you get that corny flavor, and I don't get that in this. Like this is one of the first Philly sour beers that I don't get it at all.
That's a specific wheat plus Philly sour reaction.
Yeah. So our
Interesting.
live stream like 4 months ago was with Matt Farber, and he goes through the whole thing about adding dextrose, like what dextrose does to it, and then what wheat does to it.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously he's going to dial it in to every little which way he can.
Yeah.
Because this is super clean, and I really like that. No, I like this beer. I think it's great. I think the weird smell was just that opening anomaly. But you let it air out, it goes great.
Yeah, he
It's
said there's
completely gone.
grapefruit in it. I feel like there's like pith, like that grapefruit
Right.
pith
I
in
get
it. It's
that.
really
and,
nice.
and blood orange.
Yeah.
Which you don't get color from the blood orange, which you wouldn't necessarily.
Right.
because
It aids in the tartness. Though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what I would do? I would add a little bit of hibiscus
To everything.
to everything. But you would also enunciate the color of the blood orange, right? You'd be
Yeah.
like, look.
You could also add, this might be weird, but like salt could be kind of good
Yeah.
with this.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
like,
Yeah,
But then you're going on
on
Gosa territory, right?
Right, yeah, and kind of
I
sliding
think
into
that
Ghost
would-
territory.
I
But I
think
think
that'd be
it
interesting.
could
Yeah.
work.
with like a Philly sour goza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we did. So we did a Szechuan peppercorn goza, and that was with the Philly sour knockoff.
Okay.
I don't know if it's really a knockoff intending to be, but it's like a similar yeast.
Matt Farber's calling the lawyer
I
right
know.
now.
Sorry, Matt. I don't know what's happening. We couldn't get Philly sour. It was sold out.
Because it's so good.
It's so good. It's the best. Matt Farber's the best. But yeah, so we did a goza with Szechuan peppercorn, which was super cool, and obviously salt for the goza. And this
Yeah.
is sort of like similar. I feel like this could move in that direction. It'd be interesting.
And the Szechuan peppercorn also has that weird, like, electric
Yes,
taste.
that like weird, like electric heat kind
It
of.
actually says on the Wikipedia page, like, if you look up Szechuan peppercorn on Wikipedia page, it says it has a battery-like flavor.
Really?
Yeah, like when
Like
you taste them,
alkaline?
when you like, have you ever done the 9-volt battery on your
It's
tongue?
a similar
No.
sensation. I get it.
Oh, you should do that. It's
It
numbs your
doesn't seem
tongue
like a
for-
good
I
idea.
got
I
some.
did that
You guys
all
wanna
the
lick
time.
some of that?
It doesn't do anything bad to you unless you like line up like 2 of them at once.
Oh my
No,
god.
it's just it's
I
a
never
short
done
like voltage, but if you do it, you'll be like, oh, that tastes like Han Dynasty.
No.
What?
It's the same feeling. It doesn't taste like that. Though.
I don't think it tastes like it.
Well, I mean,
I've played a lot of batteries in my time, let me tell
My
you.
mind is blown. Well, if you want to try the Szechuan peppercorn one, I think it's still on tap at Dan Dan. We brewed it specially from
Oh,
there.
awesome.
nice.
So
Oh, okay.
it's good.
Yeah, we
Kinda
actually
weird, but
we
good.
did we went to Hun Dynasty once and had dinner. Remember this? And
Yeah,
we actually
yeah.
asked them for the Szechuan peppercorns.
and
we
the
went-
peppers.
yeah, and then we went back and brewed a beer. It was great. It was like a really good spicy beer that had that whole numbing effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was when
And
we
a little
first
spicy.
opened
Yeah,
opened
yeah.
the homebrew store.
Awesome.
All right, so move on to the next one.
Yeah.
What number, guy? We'll give it a number.
Oh, the number on that, I would give that one a 7. Easy 7.
7 too.
I'm going with 8. I liked this one.
I like
Nice.
it too. I don't really like sour beers.
Is
Either.
that
Yeah.
the one here?
Yes.
All right, so this one, we can do it now, or we can save it for later. It's the Imperial Stout.
Woo.
Oh,
Is that our finish?
yeah. Let me finish with this
Yeah.
one. Imperial Stout's always good to finish with.
Never
Yeah.
mind.
Oh yeah, let's go Monkey Casket.
Yeah.
What a name.
This is our favorite.
This is our favorite person so far that sends in beers because he gives us everything.
Gives us a love letter.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ross.
Ooh.
Can I? Yeah. Okay.
You absolutely may because I will screw up
Yeah, take it.
so bad.
Nice. Look at this label.
So Russ Flynn is the brewer,
Hi, Russ.
and handwritten note as usual. Next time I want lipstick on it, please.
He wants a kissy
Super
mark on there.
Saison. What's a super Saison?
Well, we're about to find out.
Tell me everything.
Hey guys and gals.
Hello,
This
folks.
is a saison I brewed earlier this year, which I think is really starting to taste nice after a few months in the bottle. Grains: Dingman Pills, Deer Creek Tritactile, Deer Creek Tritactile.
Yeah, Tartac.
Hey, Russ, if you're there, we don't know what that is.
Wheat, spelt, and proximity pale ale malt.
Ooh, spelt. Cool.
Neat.
Hops: Green Bullet, Fuggles, Styrian Goldings, and Strizzle Spalt. The OG. So everybody take note of how he does this. This is all the details.
Russ
This
blew
is-
you a kiss.
Nice, there you go. The OG is 1063, final gravity, 10.05, so super dry.
Yeah.
So super saison, super dry.
I'm into
I
that.
see. I see.
ABV 7.61.
Yeah, so it's a little bit higher too.
We got a little bit more decimals, really. I mean,
I like the specificity. That's good.
Yeah, right.
IBUs 23, SRMs 4.2, yeast was 37.11. What is 37.11?
Triticale.
What is
That's
it?
how you say it. Triticale.
Oh, okay.
The malt?
Yes.
3711 is a Y yeast number.
Yes, it is.
So I don't know what 3711 is. I'm guessing it's French saison.
I believe it is French.
And then step mash.
Sounds familiar.
So
Ooh, step mash too.
Cool.
I remember when I used to do those.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice sound.
Whoa.
Ooh, huzzah.
That was probably my aggressive opening.
It's a party now.
I mean, it's
I love an
It's a
effervescent
super
saison.
saison.
exactly. I was gonna say it's super saison. So
That looks
I
nice.
don't see its cape though. It should have a cape on.
Yeah, come on, Rose.
It is definitely very highly
He
carbonated.
Yeah.
confirmed that 3711.
This is,
Nice
this
and
is,
effervescent.
in need of a very gentle pour.
I love it.
That's great. I mean, he's in the right bottle. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that head. Yeah. Look at that head.
This happened with our anniversary saison, the sour saison too, and it was like, I mean, some of them exploded for sure.
you kept carbonating in the bottle. A
Yeah.
little Too much.
Yeah. We hadn't done any bottling, like bottle carbonation yet, bottle
Yeah.
conditioning, so it was our first time.
What was the brewer? Are they still around? The ones that did the Berliner place that kept exploding at Homebrew Con?
Is that round
Yeah,
guy?
round guys.
Round
they're,
guys.
They're still around.
They're still around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're still around. I get it, round guys.
Hey now.
But
Wait,
Yeah.
who's the dad here?
Me, totally. I got 225-pound dogs.
Yeah,
Get
your
the
dog
dad
dad.
jokes down.
Yeah.
But do the dogs laugh at your jokes?
Yeah, here, give them the bottle so they can do the whole.
The name of the beer is 4x4?
Thank
There you
you.
go. This is like, I just did the
Look
milk
at this
pour.
foam.
It was very, very active. Even the slowest pour has, I really poured that one slow. That was probably the right amount. No, but actually when you do get beers, like good Belgian beers, they do foam like this.
Yeah, it's not bad. Thanks a lot.
Hey, what is the brewery? I was Saint Folion. Their beers are great. They make great saisons, but they all foam like that when you pour them.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I mean, so
Nice clean smell.
A little appley on the smell.
yeah, absolutely, 100%. Yeah. And super dry.
Yeah,
Like this is the beer that I want when it's 95 degrees.
Oh yeah,
for
this
sure.
is delicious.
For
Yeah.
sure.
So I would like to ask what
Okay.
the difference in a super saison versus like a bearded guard would be.
Yep.
Awesome.
Bearded Guard is usually darker in color. There's
Or bearded Mars.
it'd probably be Bearded Mars.
Yeah.
Bearded Guard's usually pretty malty. It's almost like a red ale, to be honest with you. Red and brown ale.
You know, that's great. It's
This is good, man.
yeah.
This is real good.
It's watery in a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
I
mouth
want
feels really nice.
Yeah, it's refreshing.
Yeah.
I really love the carbonation level.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. That's you gotta tickle.
Those things just tickle your tongue all the way down.
Yeah.
God damn, Rose.
Yeah. I mean, he's knocked him out of the park, and he's also not knocked him out of the park.
Yeah, he said some good ones and
Zingers.
he said some
Yeah.
okay ones.
Yeah, I think it was last month or the month before he had one that had like 8 different herbs and spices in it, and it was like a little
It was
too
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 much.
much?
Yeah, you couldn't pinpoint any
Specifics.
specific thing. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
This is wonderful. Yeah.
No, I'm just gonna burp a bunch because I'm just drinking the super carbonated beer.
Fair warning.
So, wait, I wanted to show you this. So I went and got a driver's license the other day.
Oh yes.
It was actually 2 days ago. And I realized as soon as he took the picture and he put it up on the screen, I said to him, I was like, you ever notice that moment when you look at a photo of yourself and you exactly realize how ugly you are?
Oh no.
It was such a bad photo
Oh,
of me.
it's not a great photo.
Oh, it's not a great photo. Put that in the cab. It is so bad.
Oh, you're giving away your details on the internet, by the way.
Oh, yeah, cover those up. Just the photo.
That is unflattering.
Just use. It is very unflattering. They gotta see it, but just use your thumb. Cover up the sensitive information.
Good catch. Good catch there.
Yeah. I meant to say that earlier, but it's been sitting there for so long. It's a really bad photo.
I mean, it's their job to take bad photos of people.
Yeah.
I go out of my way.
Well, I was like, you need to smile because they don't want you to smile. I was
Right.
like, smile.
Oh, I tried one without the smile, and it was even worse.
Well, yeah.
And I realized
They
at that
asked him to
moment in
smile.
time that I needed to shave, I needed to get a haircut. Like in that moment in time, I saw that picture, I was like, oh, I actually should have prepared for this. So, and my girlfriend, her picture is beautiful because she got nice and dressed up and ready to go. And then she got hers, she shows me, she's like, yeah, that's a great photo. I was like, yeah, that's looking really good. And then I sit down and I see my photo pop up on the screen, and I'm like, oh God.
Mirrors are bad things, so are cameras, and here we are on one.
Yeah. Nothing like a trip to the DMV to boost yourself.
Yeah.
I had a woman at
So-
the federal courthouse in Trenton. She looked at my ID when I had to stop and deliver something there. She goes, oof.
Ouch, that's so mean.
Well, no, I was like, I wasn't ready. I didn't know they were taking a picture there.
Yeah.
She's like, no, you look fine now. I'm like, well, I guess. Thank you.
Now.
Thank you, I guess.
Oh man. So
yeah.
so I heard is Triple Bottom going to prison or something? You guys got in some trouble?
Y'all get it.
Right?
We are partnering with Eastern State Penitentiary,
Okay.
which was a prison, now an amazing museum.
Al Capone.
Al Capone was
James, you want me
there.
to-
That was creepy.
Fun fact, my great-great-great-great-grandfather was a warden there in
Oh,
the
wow.
1800s.
Oh wow.
Um,
Crazy.
We were Quakers, and that was the whole Quaker experiment that
Yeah.
didn't turn out well. But yeah, so we've been working with them all summer at the Fair Chance Beer Garden. We're both Fair Chance businesses. We we try to create jobs for folks who have been incarcerated and pay a living wage and all of that.
Yep.
And we've learned a lot from Eastern State as we were building that, because they've been doing it longer than we have. And so we've partnered with them for these night tours during the summer, which we've got, I think, 2 more weeks of. They're really amazing. You get a walking tour of the whole penitentiary, which is just like a spectacular thing,
Yeah.
and the storytelling about the history and then mass incarceration today, super amazing. And then they do this epic Halloween event, and we, for the first time, they are having bars inside their event, so we will be
That's awesome.
operating a few different bars inside. So if anyone is looking for a seasonal job, we are hiring.
So are we.
Don't work for her,
Everybody's
work for
hiring.
us.
For all of us.
All
That's a
of us.
night gig,
Oh,
right?
that's true.
That's a night gig.
And then we're a day gig, so
Just
it's
September through November,
double dip.
double dip. It's
Yeah.
gonna be super
That
fun, I think.
Money.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
haunted house is great. I used to go to it all the time.
Really?
I love haunted houses.
I've never
But I
been.
never really get scared. But I think they're the funnest thing ever when somebody's trying to scare you like crazy.
Remember
Yeah.
that time you made me eat those wheat cookies and we went and I was terrified.
I heard.
I was so
I
scared.
took him to.
Terrifying.
I took him to the one that it was. Which one
It
was
wasn't
it?
that one.
the-
It was the one it was the
Is the one
station
out-
in the woods or something.
Yeah,
What,
it's
Creamy
the
Acres or
no, it's the
something?
one out in
Excuse me.
it's out by Lima.
Hit the table.
Sorry, I hit the table. Sorry about that. But it's I forget what it is. But we go through like a corn maze, and then you get to this one section where it was just like a room, but then it suddenly closes in on you,
Oh my
and
god.
like it
Nah,
and the
Oh,
walls.
that's right. Yeah, it was like a flashback.
And it was like, and we're just like moving through this thing like this,
Like
and
going
we're all
through the
high.
room again, and I was like,
I don't know. It felt like we
wanna do
got
that.
birthed out of the corn maze. It was
It's
really
not
awkward.
great.
I hate scary things. I've never been to the Eastern State
Scaredy
Halloween.
cat.
Yeah, I just
That's cool.
they just make me cry mostly, I think.
Yeah.
Like The Ring, that's the last scary movie I ever saw. And it's just
Yeah,
like,
Ringo.
nope.
You watched the Japanese one or you watched
No,
the
the American one. I think the Japanese one's even scarier.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
Because you gotta read.
that's a
Crazy.
no-go. That's a no. Hard pass.
So do you know if I took my parents to the Eastern State Penitentiary like 15 years ago,
Yeah.
and we got the guided tour with the headphones, and I don't know if they still do this, or if it
They
was just
probably do like Gettysburg does the app.
well, no, I put it on and it was like, hi, this is Steve Buscemi,
It's Steve Buscemi.
and I was like, oh my god,
That's so amazing.
It's Steve Buscemi.
that's so good.
So good. Such
Yeah.
a good narrator.
You couldn't pick a better person to
Right?
like dictate that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. So beer
Yes.
from Russ Flynn.
give it a number.
I would.
I'm gonna go.
This-
I'm gonna go with
I want to
go with a 9.
I want to give it a 9 too.
I'm a 9.
I'm not that high. I'm a 7. Just
You've only been 7.
Come on.
yeah. Well, I haven't.
There's like
it just
70
doesn't-
more numbers.
It doesn't knock it out to me just because that first smell to me was weird. But I mean, it's good. It's just.
Wait, are you thinking about the American Sour?
Oh yeah.
Oh, it gets
Save
better
you.
as it warms up too.
No, this one was fine. Crap. It totally got mixed up because we talked too much in between. That's good. We're giving you entertainment, but yeah, my brain's fried.
I'm going with a 7.5 for this one. For
7.5. We're breaking out fractions and stuff.
Well, they went with
You're
2
gonna confuse
decimal
my
points for
6-year-old
my
when she watches
ABV,
this.
so I figure I should honor their
Speaking of which, there's
specificity.
I turned my ringer off, by the way.
Did you though?
Yep.
I don't know. It looks like you just slid it on.
That's funny. But yeah, no, with that, I forgot it was a different beer because I finished the one before. I'll go with an 8 on that one. The other one
I haven't
before
had
was
a
7.
really great saison like that in a while, so that's nice.
It was good. It was good. I liked it.
It's ticking all my boxes.
Yeah.
All the boxes.
Saison is still just not my style in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I'm a lager drinker. I
get
love
it, man.
lagers
I get it.
so much. If it's a good lager, then you're getting a 9 to 10. But
Well, I think that's fair though. It's a much more difficult beer to make.
It
Not to
is.
say there's no
It
skill
is.
involved in making this.
Yeah.
But, you can kind of just throw it against the wall with the saison. You'll probably get a pretty drinkable beer, in the long run.
sometimes.
That's what I
Yeah.
mean.
Not as good as the Monkey Casket.
No, this is I think it's exceptional.
Props. Keep sending beers because we love them.
It was great.
Oh God.
2 more?
So this Jeremy Comito, he's a customer here. He dropped that off. I don't know exactly what it is. It's probably pretty good.
Jerry brought these in, but I can't
I
remember
believe-
exactly what it is.
I believe it's an old ale that was aged
Ooh.
on like toasted grapevines from his backyard.
Interesting. I'm excited.
Let me pop it. I want to pop it.
I'm just curious how he got a Skull Brewing.
That's his
bottle cap.
brewery. That's
Oh,
his,
is
like,
it?
home
He got
brewery.
custom-
Yeah,
This
man.
guy got
Wow.
custom bottle caps? What?
Oh!
I almost.
In your
You
face.
almost knocked out my eyeball.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's alright.
Alright, let's try
These
it.
are cool.
Just because I wanted you to see the lid.
I love it. I want to get these for Triple Bottom. What a great logo.
You guys have. Oh, you don't bottle though, right? You only can.
We have done like some specialty hand bottling.
Like big,
It takes
like,
forever.
Belgian-
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
like 750s.
It's funny how bottling used to be like the main thing. Like everybody
Yeah.
would bottle. They'd have a bottling line. Now it's all cans.
It's all cans.
It's like-
Cans are a little more environmentally friendly, so that's
Yeah,
cool.
you can
I was
recycle.
watching Rick and Morty.
Sure.
Okay. This is
I'm
leading-
sure you're about to make a
leading
very
right into the
good point.
environmentally friendly Rick and Morty.
I was watching Rick and Morty, and
Thank
and Rick said something like they were going to recycle some aluminum, and Rick said something about, oh yeah, that's really going to help because the Earth is only made of like 7% of aluminum. It was a number. Like he was joking about like recycling aluminum is stupid because it's like so prevalent. And I was
Yeah.
like, I feel like I should look that up.
But should we
because-
hollow out 7% of the
Oh no,
Right.
absolutely not. No, I'm not saying don't recycle aluminum. But I was just more.
Don't take that message away.
I was more curious as to like, is it really that? Is it that much aluminum out there? I don't know.
I have no idea. The extraction process for aluminum is not great, but it is infinitely recyclable.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah,
I want
right.
to recycle as much as you
Pretty, yeah, that's pretty outstanding.
Have you ever seen any of this? Like, you probably haven't. I'm gonna guess, but because I spend a lot of time on YouTube sometimes.
Okay.
But somebody, they made like a what do you call it when you melt down metal? What's that thing?
Foundry, smelter.
A smelter,
whatever you wanna
yeah.
call it,
Smelted a whole. I feel like that's the
I
right
can't
word,
remember
but
2 years ago, but I can remember smell.
They did a
Whoa.
metric poop ton of aluminum cans, and then they poured it into an ant hole,
Oh yeah, I've
and they
seen that.
poured it out, and it was this massive like aluminum chandelier.
You know what I would
Yeah.
say about that?
Cool.
Yeah.
Poor ants.
Well, yeah.
Maybe
I mean,
they were gone.
Maybe it was a
I like
vacant.
that.
It's a vacant answer. Yeah. They found a newer, nicer.
They
one?
found
Have
a
you ever
No.
seen an abandoned ant colony? I don't think I
No.
ever have.
Probably not.
But it was like, yeah, it was like huge. It was like a 5-foot massive chandelier they pulled out, and I was like, look at this. It's really
Yeah.
cool looking.
So back to the beer.
Yeah.
It's
The
got
chocolate?
a toasted marshmallow smell to it.
I think that's the vines, the grapevines. It's pretty good though.
Interesting.
I mean, if I could put a style to it, it would be a brown ale.
Okay. I mean, what's an old ale? It's just an old brown ale. Right?
Yeah, the flavor, it tastes almost like it should be chewy. You know, like a candy bar or something.
Right, yeah, like
it's,
It tastes like an old ale. It has like a little bit of an oxidation flavor with that
Yeah.
creaminess.
Yeah. But no, and it tastes like.
that's a weird observation, but like,
No, I know exactly. It's not. It wasn't a BB bat. It was a honey. What was that? Honey candy that
Yes.
like make your molars pull.
Bit of honey?
Bit
yeah,
of honey.
bit of
yes.
honey.
I like this beer.
Never had a bit of honey.
Don't do it. You're gonna ruin your teeth.
Don't do it. You'll lose your teeth.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing stuff that does bad things to my
Well,
teeth.
it's like lose your teeth, and you're like, oh, that bite was so good. I just want to do it again. And you like pull, and then
Yep.
gold too. That's where it came from.
Oh, really?
No, not really.
The bit of honey warrior.
Well, where'd it come from?
You know,
A root canal.
I got that root canal. I guess who does the root canal? Is that orthodontist? It's not an orthodontist.
No, I think it's just a
endodontist. I think it is. But
Where are we
he was-
going with this podcast?
We got any dentists out there?
Well,
Let
he
us
was,
know.
he was doing the root canal, and like he did the X-ray. He's like, "Oh, you got a really long tooth," and it's just the weirdest thing you hear from your dentist.
You should've told him.
Yeah, like,
Keep
they see a lot
Keep it
of teeth.
professional.
So, like, yours must be very long.
Yeah.
Long in the
I don't
tooth, isn't that like a saying for being old? A little bit long in the tooth?
know. Is it really?
I've had the opposite. My dentist told me I had tiny teeth.
Huh.
Yeah. Like, what does that mean?
I'm
You
really
just
pleased
got-
that my
I've never
dentists
heard
have
of either
never
of those
commented
things,
on my teeth relative to other people's, which I think is the right call for dentists.
Yeah.
I
out
think
there.
a doctor
no
should be
comparison.
impartial. Right?
Yeah.
Well, and
Your
as-
teeth are regular and fine. They're great. Just
As,
leave.
as he says that, like you can like you're laying in the seat and like the device is shining the light. Like his is like he's doing more precise work, so he has like a microscope or
Yeah.
like kind of like a microscope on there, and it has a protective shield around it, which was a clear plastic. But the light just happened to reflect exactly everything that was going on in my tooth as a perfect HD picture right in front of
Oh
my
my
face.
God.
So the whole time he's saying, "Oh, you got a really long tooth," and he's putting these super long drill bits into my tooth. I'm like, "Oh, that sucks."
He's got a tiny
I got a
ruler
really
in
long
his
tooth.
mouth.
This is
It's
gonna
like,
suck.
You should have took one of those sleep masks over or something.
Yeah. Well, I didn't expect to be able to see everything that was going on
Right.
in the reflection of this
Oh my God.
machine.
So yeah, chewy beer.
Yeah,
Well,
I
you
mean,
want it to be
it's,
chewy.
it's not, but like the nose and the flavor tastes like it could be chewy.
Yeah, no, it's yeah.
I think there's like chocolatey honeyness
Yep.
to it.
Yeah, a little
Molasses.
Yeah.
It's very
yeah.
honey. A lot of molasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, at first, at first I wasn't very happy about it, but now the more I'm drinking it, like
It's
the
also,
more.
it's
Yeah,
also
that's
if you open it up and let it sit for a minute, it mellows out that grapiness that you get at the start.
Did you say grapiness?
Yeah, I was actually I was getting a strong oxidation at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like that.
Right, oh, yeah, I get
that
that,
rapey oxidation. I was getting that at first. Now it's opening up, and I'm actually getting a little bit of vanilla.
I've
Yeah,
never
less
associated
purple juice.
grapey and
Vanilla.
oxidation.
Huh?
Less purple juice, more vanilla.
Yeah.
Purple drink.
No, purple juice.
Purple juice. You know what Jamie calls juice? Iced tea. Or iced tea is juice.
That's just wrong.
Wait, what?
They're different things.
Like if she's like OJ is tea.
No.
Did she say, "Give me
No,
like a
I
Long
said it
Island
wrong the
juice"?
first way around, but she's like, iced tea is juice to her.
Give me a
Whoa.
Long Island juice.
I've learned to now call iced tea juice.
I mean, it's
All right.
the juice of leaves. Leaves.
Yeah.
Leaf juice.
It
Leaf
is
juice.
leaf juice, I
I'm gonna
suppose.
one up her and be like, "Oh yeah, it's leaf juice."
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
Well, is that one we're having?
That
Yeah,
is
yeah,
the
the
second to last one. Then
All
I go
right,
to
so
the other.
Oh,
I
there's
have
right.
lost 4 glasses.
Yeah, you do.
Ooh, what do we have? Oh, because so we have one more. Right
Yeah.
now. All right. So
I always wash.
There
the
actually might
glasses.
be more over there. I didn't put them all.
I'll tell you what.
Why don't you
I'll
bring
go
it over
wash
again and
it.
see? Oh no, that's yeah. No,
Damn, I
You brought an
talked
extra-
too
you brought an
soon.
extra
He was
beer.
about to do
Doesn't
it. Huh? I'm gonna go watch this.
my thighs hurt too much.
Why don't you tell the world about that?
Yep.
What
But-
happened to you?
So I've gotten back into cycling pretty hardcore, and I've been doing like 75-mile rides every weekend, And then right out of nowhere, I was walking to the coffee shop, which is like 100 feet from my house, and my legs cramped up to where I couldn't walk.
Whoa.
You can only bike everywhere now. You can't walk anymore.
And now, yeah. So yeah, I don't know what's going on. Everybody's like, "Are you dehydrated?" I'm like, "No, I drink plenty of beer. It's fine."
Yeah, and that's mostly
Like,
water.
yeah, it's 90-something% water.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
But no, I do drink a lot of water. Maybe I need to eat more bananas. I don't know.
Huh. Where do you bike when you do 75 miles?
We
Around the
went out to
street.
Phoenixville and back.
Okay.
So on the SRT,
Around the street.
the Schuylkill River Trail. If anybody,
Yeah.
it's so easy. This Saturday, we're supposed to go out to Hamilton and back.
Where's
cool.
Hamilton?
Where in Hamilton?
Where
Well,
is
first off,
Hamilton?
there is no-
Hamilton's the blueberry capital of the world.
First off,
Hey.
there is no
What?
there's no Hamilton. There's no G in there. It's Hamilton.
Hamilton.
You're going out to Hamilton, the blueberry capital.
Is that in
my friend,
New
I have a
Jersey?
North Carolina education.
You just can't. You don't add extra letters. You can't.
Hammond.
Hamilton.
Hamilton.
Is that a New Jersey place?
Yeah.
Southern New
It's
Jersey.
between here and White Horse, between here and Atlantic City on the White Horse Pike.
A lot of blueberry farms.
Yeah.
I would like to go there.
You
That's
can.
cool.
There's like a million pick your own places. There's
Cool.
where we were gonna go because like everybody I ride with are like brewery based. Well, we have to ride to a brewery destination, but we were gonna like start at like 7 in the morning. And like by the time we got there, none of the breweries would be open.
No way.
And I'm like, where are we gonna go, Nick?
Hamilton?
No, but where?
Huh?
Where are we gonna go? Where's our destination? If you go to Hamilton,
Oh, Gina Pintos.
no.
Our friends at Jim.
Oh, you're talking about the
Bagliani.
Bagley.
Oh yeah.
I was
get
trying
over
to say
there.
Finelli's.
Bagliani.
Well, I mean, granted, I haven't been there since I became vegan.
Oh, no,
It's
it's
been
still
over 3 years.
Bagliani's makes
Most of the
De Bruno Brothers kind of run for their money, except for they're a little tiny grocery store.
Yeah.
They're like the old De Bruno Brothers
It's good.
before
Okay.
they turned into a huge corp.
Yeah.
So it's a little tiny Italian grocery store. Amazing meats, amazing cheese. They have cheeses made in Italy specifically for this one little grocery store.
Wow.
And
It's worth
yeah,
every pedal.
Bagliani's in Hamilton.
Bagliani's in Hamilton.
Yeah,
Hamilton, not
Hamilton.
Hamilton.
Hamilton. Hamilton's up north. Hamilton's down south.
Yeah. So yeah.
Hamilton.
And yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, it's the blueberry capital of the world. You go there, pick blueberries, hang out.
They have a blueberry festival. It's a great time.
Yeah, I've done that before.
If you're
This
into
is-
dancing and blueberries.
You ever watch Stand By Me?
the movie?
Yeah.
Wait, no. Wait, which one was the blueberry vomit movie?
I don't know what you're talking
That was Sam by me.
Really?
Yeah, it was Sam by me because they did the pie eating contest. He was like, and they just started puking.
I don't remember that part of
It was
it.
like one of the best parts of the movie. Oh my god.
about. What is this?
Thank you.
What we got?
What do we got? What are we drinking here?
So we have a Dunkel
Ooh.
from
nice.
Dustin
Very cool.
Philmeyer, I believe.
Hello, Dustin.
Ah, he squeaked this one under the I don't know. But he just got this in. Like Jamie was picking up the beers in Jersey, and he like
Squeak
got
this all
under the. I don't know.
He didn't sweep it under the rug.
If
No, he
anybody can
squeaked. He
fin-
squeaked it right in.
If anybody can finish that statement that he was doing, squeak this in right under the
Tess, you got anything? You got
Wire? Under the wire?
Under the wire.
wire. Oh, that's
Right?
Thank you.
okay. I was gonna say radar.
Ooh.
I was gonna say that too, but it sounded dumb, so I didn't. say it.
Radar's pretty legit.
So I
Yeah,
chose
under the
not
radar,
to.
but I don't think that's what.
Under the
I don't think
wire?
that's our-
Oh,
Yeah,
I
under
guess
the
like
wire. Yeah, under
like-
the radar.
It's under the
thing.
wire.
Under the
What
laser?
does the chat say? Does it say
Oh,
anything
they
in
haven't
chat?
said anything yet.
Everybody gave up on us like once
That's
we
how they
started
say
talking
it in
about
Hamilton.
Once we talk-
teeth. We sure don't want dentist. Everybody's like, I'm out.
Okay, so back to this beer. For Dunkel, I mean, this could be dark enough. I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit darker, maybe.
It's right on.
Again, it's a thinner glass than usual.
Yeah, that's
right?
true. So that could be playing tricks. I don't know. I still think a little bit darker can be fine for Dunkel.
I mean, I've had significantly worse American Dunkels.
I like the smell on it.
The American Dunkel.
Well, that's the hard part, right? Like, were they doing water chemistry on this?
Yeah,
Were they, were they trying to get that Munich water profile? I think
The flavor's good.
it's got the maltiness to it.
Yeah.
It's got I don't know. I actually really like this. I think it needs more yeast characteristics for it because I don't really get the banana-y coming through. And when I drink a Dunkel, you usually want to have that nice WLP 300 nano thing going on.
Yeah.
So if that may be the temperature you're fermenting that did that, whether it may have been too low because it is a little clean on the fermentation. I don't like. Are you getting?
I get cloves.
You get clove?
What about you?
I get like grapes and biscuits.
Mm-hmm.
Grapes and biscuits.
Yeah,
Like-
from the
Well,
malt.
like it's like biscuity
Right,
from the
like
malt.
It's
biscuit
very
malt,
biscuity.
not
We get
like
a lot
so-
of biscuity.
Not well.
Like biscuity, like crackery kind of.
Yeah, I'm getting kind of like that chocolatey biscuit type thing going on, which is fine. I just think it needs more yeast characteristic.
Now I just want to go home to
I
North
agree.
Carolina.
It's a little
and
too
eat
clean.
My mom's biscuits.
If you are, Dustin, if you're in the channel, what temperature do you ferment this at?
Oh, no shit. Imperial Loki?
Wait, what?
Loki?
That's what it looks like.
So that's a Kvike strain?
That's a good Kvike strain, yeah.
So you fermented it pretty warm, probably.
Oh,
Yes.
well, that's why we're not getting the yeast characteristic.
Yeah, that makes
because Kvike is very clean.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but-
and fast.
So if you ferment it high, if you ferment it low,
He did it
kinda
at
does the
68
opposite.
degrees. Kept it pretty clean.
What was it?
Okay.
Yeah,
68
68 degrees is going to be super clean for this. So yeah, I would go more towards like if you wanted to make this more Dunkel-like, you definitely want to go for more of I don't know, German strain.
I do really like it though.
That's
Yeah,
interesting.
exactly.
And
Yeah.
well, the question would be: is this a Dunkel lager?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? This is Dunkel lager, isn't it? This isn't a Dunkel Weiss.
Oh,
It
that's
just
a good
says
point.
Dunkel
Yeah.
on here.
Is this a Dunkel Weiss? We go with wheat? What's up, man? Tell us, please.
It makes sense that this would be a Dunkel lager and not a Weiss.
Okay, so yeah, it's a faux lager. I get it. I like it.
So because you would use Kvike then and make it more clean. All right.
So yeah, emulate the lager.
Yeah. All right. Well, there we go.
All right.
So
pretty good, though.
Do you guys do any German styles at Triple Bottom?
We do. We have a German
It is.
style. It's a Dunkel lager. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. I like it. We have a German style Pils on right now. We have a smoked Helles lager,
Nice.
which is real
it's
good.
really good. It's real good. Every time I go in, I'm like, she goes to Kansas. So you guys got that smoked one?
Yeah, we just brought it back. It's really good. We also just got a Lucre like side pour tap.
Oh yeah, cool.
which is
Doing all
really
those milk
fun.
pours.
Yeah.
We're not doing a lot of milk. No, we're not doing.
Is that an option?
I suppose.
Oh, what's the price?
I don't know. It's not on our menu. It's an off menu
It's a special.
situation. Yeah.
I am
gotta ask-
pro
gotta
the milk
ask if
pour
you can
myself.
afford.
Are you?
Yeah.
I don't love chugging beer, and it seems like
So I don't do that. Like,
You just-
I've
you
only
just
had
enjoy
one
it.
at one time, but I like the idea of the milk pours for myself because I live in Jersey. I have to drive.
yeah.
And like, if I've had 3 beers and everybody's like, "Oh, you get another round," and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Well, that's gonna put me over the limit. Like, there's no."
Sure.
So now I can get the milk pour, which is gonna be like
So
3
let's-
ounces of beer,
Yeah.
let's
and it's
back
gonna
up.
take me half an hour to drink
Yeah.
because it's there.
Let's
So-
back up a little bit. What are you talking about?
Oh, you don't know what the milk pour is?
No, I
So-
don't. And I assume many people watching don't.
The milk pour is basically when you have a side pull faucet. It's supposedly like a German style of what you can do with pouring a lager is pour the glass as pretty much all foam.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it literally looks like a glass of milk.
So
you-
what you're supposed to do when you have the side pour is, or the side pull is like fill it with foam a little bit, and then fill with beer from the
Underneath.
bottom underneath the foam.
Oh, neat.
But and that's the foam is like really nice and stable, but you can just pour all foam. You can just like pull a little bit, and then it's
Yeah,
just
it'll
foam.
do its thing. That's cool.
Yeah, so we have our pills on the side pull right now, and then we have that Helles lager, and then we just put a Märzen on tap, and we have a Fest beer coming out pretty soon. So we're doing
Awesome.
like a lot of German
Awesome.
lagers right now.
You need.
Can't wait.
Do you need some type of repair so I can come in?
Yes, always.
Yeah, that sounds
Anytime.
great.
Yeah.
You know, like the milk pours, I thought was some hipster shit for the
Yeah.
lack of a better term.
Hey,
And it-
hey, hey, hey.
Hey, well,
Relax
it's
on the
to the
hipsters,
point.
okay?
I said poop earlier, so but no, and it's like the Czechoslovakian, like straight up. That's what they've been doing for years.
Actually,
Lucre.
somebody,
Yeah.
Steve McGall just commented that also known as the Czech pour.
Yeah, or the Milko. It's called Milko, Milko.
All right,
Yeah.
let's pick a name and stick with it.
It's Milko.
Let's pick a
I watched. I worked at the store 3 days in a row. I just watched. I showed everybody that walked in the store. Look at this video. But no, that's awesome that you're doing that. You have one of those taps, or
We just have one right now.
yeah.
Yeah, Kyle, who brews he got it for himself for Christmas because it was like peak pandemic, and he was like, "I want to get this." I'm like, "No,
This is for me.
have no
What are
money."
we gonna do with $175?
Yeah, we have no money.
I think he has like a
But he
case
was
for
really
it.
committed to it. Yeah, so he got it for himself for
Taking
Christmas.
off every night.
And it's great. I mean, it's like it's so fun to use, and it does taste different. It's like a softer
Yeah.
sort of mouthfeel when you do that. It's really nice.
So are you thinking about upgrading a couple more of those?
TBD. We do a lot of lager, so maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back to this now that we know that this is a.
I want to give you a little more information. This is Munich Pilsner, caramel, and chocolate rye.
Okay.
Chocolate rye.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
So now we're at Dunkel as a Dunkel lager, but it hasn't been lagered, obviously because you use Kvike. So
No lager.
It's completely different. What I would say about this beer.
I'm curious what the turnaround time on this beer was. I always find Kvike interesting. Cause like I've made beers in like
What is
4
it?
days.
He there?
Right. Yeah. You
Yeah,
do it
he's
in
in
like
the
2
chat.
days.
So yeah, how long did this take you?
How long does it take? I think the flavors are pretty good for that.
I
I mean,
loved
it is
it.
very clean.
Yeah.
And you get the maltiness, and you get a little bit of roasted from the wheat. I still would have gone maybe a little darker though. Maybe up the roasted barley just a little bit. I still think it's a little light in color. Even if you double the size of the glass, this is still going to be too light.
I disagree.
This was brewed on 7-Eleven.
Is it-
7-Eleven. That's my mom's birthday.
That's my wife's birthday.
That's the place
Wait,
where,
so
where I
you-
go to buy.
Slushie
Oh my
says-
God.
Yeah, did you go to the roof of it or
Huh? What?
7-Eleven?
Right. So it's a month and a half old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like it.
I
It's a
like
good
it.
beer.
The flavor's
Good job.
great. Jimmy doesn't think you need anything for color. I do.
I think when you think like chocolate
What do
rye,
you
you
think?
assume it's gonna be a little
Color?
darker. You think chocolate.
Mm.
That's
I'm
my
okay. I think the
assumption.
color works for me.
Good job.
Yeah, I've had doubles.
It's like a brown
Two
ale.
out of one. You're wrong.
It's a brown ale color. It is not a Dunkel color.
No, I agree. I would want more like dark ruby kind.
Otherwise, it's going to be Dunkel Porter, which doesn't even
No.
exist, and then it's
No,
going to
no,
exist.
Dunkel just
because-
means dark. It
He
just-
answered his own question. He said it doesn't even exist after he said it.
No, I said Dunkel Porter.
Yeah, it doesn't even exist. So
Yeah.
like, no.
Speaking of dark beers,
Oh
the
crap! You do have one
final.
more.
Oh my god.
Okay, you did have a glass. I was like, but these are the glasses I just
give
washed.
us a little backstory in this beer, Jim.
all right. So don't forget if you're still tuned in, bring beers in. Like this is why we're doing this, and drinking commercial beers just doesn't work out. Luckily, I mean everybody's been giving beers in every month, great. But I don't want to lose that train.
I feel like
right?
this has been an exceptionally good episode. These have
Has
been
it?
good beers.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed all.
Yeah, no, all the beers have been very good.
So I was worried that we were going to have a little shortage. So I asked my buddy Andy Bonner with Barley Legal Homebrewers in South Jersey. I was like, you got a beer? And he's like, yeah, because he's every month he's like, if you need a beer, let me know. So this is a Imperial Rye Stout that was aged for 16 months in a Templeton Rye whiskey barrel.
Cool.
So big 53-gallon barrels, so the whole club themselves, they all do like 5 or 10-gallon batches, and they all combine it together into one big barrel, and they ferment it all together. So it's a collaborative effort
I love that.
through a number of people. Yeah.
That's
It's
We
really
used to do that at our store on American Street up in Fishtown. The last time we did it, though, it did not turn out well. We did. What was it? It was
It was my fault.
It was supposed to be a sour beer, and it ended up getting.
cool. Lambics, all the.
Yeah, it ended up being acetic.
Is that when the
so
pump
it just
like
tastes
leaked and got
vinegar.
everywhere? Was that that?
Hmm?
I
Was
saw
that
like
when the
5
pump
kegs of it in
leaked
my
or
basement.
something leaked and it just got everywhere and smelled like vomit everywhere?
No, that was a different beer that Jimmy made. That was back in his blender
Stop
rice
letting
days.
Jimmy make beers.
Well, Jimmy, it was funny. It's like when we first started the store, like I told Jimmy one day, he's like, "Oh man, you always brew these weird beers," and he like took offense to it. I was like, "No, it's not an offensive thing. It's a term of endearment because usually nobody would do any of these things. You're making crazy good things out of weird stuff."
I got front page of Korea Times, so.
He did with that beer, the
Kimchi, the kimchi, the kimchi sour.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was really good.
And people were like, you got, like, if you do anything with kimchi, front page is Korea Times. It's fine.
There was one beer he made that really
White
depressed.
people did some of the kimchi. Oh my god, it's great. So yeah.
So one beer he depressed the hell out of me because he took like a whole case of cheer wine and dumped it in there. I was like, oh, but that's cheer wine. I just want to drink it.
Cheerwine is a soda made in Salisbury, North Carolina. That's only sold in North Carolina and Bed Bath and Beyond, but don't go there.
Oh, it's
Why not?
Wait, Bed Bath and Beyond?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bed Bath and Beyond has this like. Are we really going there?
No, we don't have to, but that
No,
was
I mean, dude,
They have this little section now that's like food from the world.
they've had that for the last like 12 years. It's not new.
Well, the one in Cherry Hills only had it for like right
What
before
do you
the
shop at
pandemic.
Cherry Hill for? Yeah.
I only get there to buy something to try it out and
I'm
return.
getting Twizzlers,
Twizzlers.
Interesting.
Yes.
right?
Yeah, actually, yes. I love Twizzlers. Twizzlers
Me
are
too.
vegan, by the
I
way.
don't like
cherry
Twizzlers, and
ones.
Yeah, the
I'm
cherry
upset and I'm
Twizzlers.
scared.
Oh, I get that now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's very specific.
You mean
just
cherry or
like-
you mean Twizzler?
Cherry Twizzler.
Well, I mean, I don't like Twizzler. I'm curious. Oh wow.
Yes, but then as you go a little bit further, it gets a little bit more licoricey.
I get
But
it.
you get. I think it's because you get a little bit of vanilla and it mixes with that
Yeah,
licorice, so it kind of makes
Yeah.
that
No,
cherry.
totally. I get that a lot.
I wish there was a little more carbonation. Just
Yeah.
a little bit.
What's the ABV inside?
Yeah, but to be honest,
Probably a lot.
It's
Yeah.
Somewhere between like a lot and more.
like I could ride with more carbonation, but to be honest with you, you can still drink it just as good without it.
Yeah. This really makes me wish it was snowing outside.
Yeah.
Pour it over vanilla ice
I
cream.
don't want to walk.
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
yeah. Or a waffle.
I do not want to walk
Yeah.
outside after drinking this. That sounds
I
terrible.
know.
What's that?
I don't want to walk outside after drinking this. I'm gonna call an Uber to get to my car.
No, I mean you drink this while you're shoveling snow.
That's what I mean. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just too hot to drink this. This is delicious.
We're gonna have to end the stream and turn the air conditioning back on as soon as possible.
I'm going to the fridge, man.
You're gonna walk in the walk-in.
No, yeah, you gotta turn that back on. Get the walk-in. We're gonna move the stream to inside the walk-in.
Sounds
So
good.
this was a non-adjunct, which I'm confused on that terminology because it has rye in it, right? Rye would be an adjunct.
Yeah, I guess he's talking
No,
about
like-
simple sugars.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Chocolate or
no
anything.
cheating.
Yeah. So yeah, this is a non-adjunct rye stout aged in a Templeton rye barrel for 16 months, and that's going to pull out a lot of alcohol out of that barrel.
Yes.
You remember that one barrel that we did?
Yeah, I remember I did, it was an IPA or something in it, and I had the alcohol percentages from the gravities that I put the beer in, and then we actually sent it out to the lab to get the alcohol percentage tested, and it went up like 4%,
5%, yeah.
4 or 5%.
Holy
It was a
moly.
5-gallon barrel, so there was a lot of like surface
Yeah.
area.
And it was like brand new. Or actually, no,
Yeah,
it was
a Hilton.
Yeah,
Spirits?
yeah, so it was a honeycomb barrel. And wow, that beer was great, but it was strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy
God.
mackerel.
It went from like what was going to be 13% to like 18-19%, just from the whiskey and the wood. Do you guys do any big like you were talking about some of the specialty bottles that you made?
Yeah, so right now we have 2 beers aging in barrels. We have our Stormy Escapes Imperial Stout, which is already 10.9%, and that's been aging in rye barrels
Nice.
Oh, cool.
for
More
almost
rye.
a year. So, I mean, it's ready. We just don't have time to bottle anything, so it will be bottled
Right.
when it's ready.
Right.
And then we have what was going to be our 2nd anniversary beer, but we're going to have to call it 2-ish because, again, we are not going to have time to bottle it before our 2nd anniversary. But that is sour that we're going to add wine berries to. We were foraging some wine berries, and it's aging
What's a
in.
wineberry?
It's like when you are out in the woods in July, and there's all these red berries that look like raspberries, but they're wild.
Okay.
So those are probably wine berries.
Don't you have a tree in your front yard that's a wine berry?
That's not the same thing.
No, I have a Korean dogwood.
Is that what the fruit tree is?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I wasn't
An
sure.
apple tree.
Do you still have the fig tree?
No, it died. All both of them.
Bummer. Well, the wineberry sour is aging in white wine barrels, so I think both of those are going to
nice.
be great.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. And they're in your facility?
Mm-hmm.
Do they have nails on them?
Have what?
You know, a nail, like the stainless steel nail that you
Oh,
can like.
they do not.
They do
No,
not, so we
cannot
can't
snap
break in
them off.
and try them.
No, sorry. I mean, we can take
Thief.
some out.
Thief.
A little thief
Yeah.
in there. Yeah.
Yeah, and oxygen. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, oxygen.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm super excited, especially about the wineberry sour.
So, are you gonna bottle the stout before winter?
hopefully, yeah.
Yeah.
We're very excited. We're getting new tanks in that keep getting delayed because pandemic supply chains are terrible.
Yep.
So right now we are like at max capacity, just trying to use the tanks that we have. Once we have more, we're gonna be able to breathe a little bit, I think, and not have to work to like maximize everything all the time.
Right.
And then that should be November, which hopefully means we can bottle things before the holidays.
We'll save one for me for sure.
Absolutely.
I have a lot of sidewalk to shovel, so.
Now, I have a quick question. I don't think we rated the last 3 beers. Old Ale. Give me a number.
Old Ale, I still
boy.
have a little
Get a
bit.
little
Old
similar.
Ale, I'm gonna go.
Let me just 7, 6.5, 7.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be in that 6 area for me. It was decent, but it's definitely not my style.
Okay, and then the Dunkel.
Dumbbell, I would go 7 to 8 on it.
What did you say about the Old Ale?
Old Ale for me will be 7. Dunkel will be 8.5.
Very cool. Very cool.
I like
Don't
it.
call me go with 8.
Yeah, it could be a solid 8. I thought it was great. Like
Yeah.
after I knew it was
Dunkel's
Dunkel,
great.
I mean especially for a Dunkel that actually was not lagered.
Yeah, right. That
Yeah.
like is wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like I was saying, it's way too clean. It's way too clean when I thought it was a Dunkel Weiss.
Yeah.
But that's great because it's a Dunkel lager-ish.
Look how like smart you are. You're like, I'm gonna save it back for later. Or we're just like
Checking in.
drink
Yeah.
them.
Yes, there's a lack
But
of
I
refinement.
did. I finished
Yeah.
with the Dunkel, so
Oh,
that's
there you
that's
go.
very
Well, that's how you
telling.
can
That's
tell which
telling.
one she likes. The
yeah.
best.
What about this big boy right here?
The big boy, I would go with a definite 8. It was good. I love the flavor of it. For an Imperial Stout, it had everything I wanted. It had a little bit of that licorice vanilla smell, which we now know makes Twizzlers. And then it had like the vanilla flavor. It had a nice like malty backbone with a little bit of a roast coming in at the end. To be honest with you, it was like it tastes kind of like those founder beers from
Yeah, right.
Race.
The KBS.
Yeah.
Totally, I get that.
Like it was right there. I mean, I do agree with Jimmy that it could have probably used more carbonation, but this style of beer, I don't need it to really be carbonated.
It can go either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Very cool.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with 8 on it.
Yeah, I think like for its style, it's really great. It's not a style that I go for, so I'm gonna go with 7.5. But I think it's really nice. I love
Even
it.
in the winter, you don't go for that.
I don't usually. No.
some people just don't like them beers.
Well, I judged you for a second.
I know. I really like a dry stout in the winter.
Right. Yeah. Which again, this is for me, like
It's a
I'm gonna
little reward,
sweat
a little treat.
like crazy.
Yeah.
Like, and then I'm gonna have like one of these, and I'm gonna just switch over to whiskey until next morning.
Yeah.
Until the next
Yeah.
morning when
I think I have a hard time with
Yeah.
like sweetness in beer in general.
Yeah. No,
I
I'm
like
just
it.
I
like,
did
I
find
like
it
it.
much
Right.
sweeter than I
Yeah,
would
yeah.
yeah, like a 4-ounce sniffer of this.
Oh, yeah.
Like, not like,
A little bit
yeah,
of
I'm
a little swirl in it.
definitely not
Kind of this
drinking more
would
than
be rough, I think.
that.
See, I think like
Did you say
the
4 ounces would be rough?
Oh, no, a pint of this would be.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I don't think that's a thing.
That's
Yeah.
a 10-ounce pour at the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not to mention it's like 300 calories for one pint.
well, that's the thing with using just all grain like he did for this and no adjunct, or as you're
Yeah.
saying, it does produce a sweeter, more body beer.
Right.
When you
Yeah,
do
it's a
that.
hefty
There's no
body.
sugar drying it out.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
no sugar drying it out. That's why people do use sugar in this style, just to help with that drying it out. And like you can really go either way on your preference of it. I like beers like that. Some people don't because it is too sweet and horny. And that's why people would use sugar.
This
to
was the
bring that
perfect
down.
amount of it, though. So.
Huh?
This is the perfect amount of it. So.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm almost done with it, and I don't want any more.
Yeah.
Like it's like.
That's not a
one and
slight
done.
against the beers.
Right, yeah, no, I
That's
think it's
exactly
like-
as much as I want.
It's exactly like it's well done for what it is.
Well,
like,
back in the
style
founders-
it's great.
Yeah, back in the founders KBS days, like we would keep like lineages of it, like.
And you're in one bottle at a time.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have one bottle between 4 people.
Right.
It was a 12-ounce
It's a really
bottle.
special.
And
Yeah.
you're like, here's 3 ounces, and then you're like, that's it. Like,
You can have
Yeah.
a house.
but now apparently you can go to just like any old liquor store and just KBS all over the place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
all
think
over the
it's
place
all
now,
over.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's cool while it lasted.
Well, Jimmy, speaking of high calories and burning them off, aren't you doing something that involves bikes and driving somewhere very far away to raise money?
Yeah, so the.
Driving speed over there.
Yeah, well, if my legs get better, so thank you for reminding me. So the MS-150, the multiple sclerosis Society is sponsoring an event, or I guess I'm helping to sponsor the event. But we're riding city to shore at the end of September, mid-September, and it's an event that just goes straight to Ocean City, and the next day goes back. Honestly, I don't ride back because I ride there, and then.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And then I'm done. But I do the 100-mile there.
Oh, you do.
Yeah,
You do the real thing.
Yeah. So it's typically it's like 75 and 75. That's why the MS 150. But I do the 100 there, and then I drink beer and
Then you're at the beach.
find a ride home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean. So yeah, that's I think our links on our emails on my Facebook page.
I'll put it up on our social media.
Yeah. Ultimately, at the end of the day, I'm at like $575. I used to run a team.
That is not enough, guys. Give more.
Yeah. No, I need $1,000 to get a jersey. That's what I want. That's all I want.
All right. We'll
It's a
cut that
$1,000
part.
jersey. So I
Are
can
you
stop
just gonna wear the one I designed for you years and years ago?
I wear it every week.
Just
Oh well, I think you need to wear it on the next episode because we need to see that jersey.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
I think
fine.
that next month he will be wearing his jersey. That's
I'll
right.
ride my bike over here,
Ooh, boy.
or we'll just do it from my house.
No, you gotta ride your bike.
No, I know. All the stuff's here. All the stuff's here. We're not the way
Is there anything you want to plug before?
Please.
Oh, no, I mean,
Other than Triple Bottom and go
What
to
about your
Triple Bottom
business? You know, you can just where's
and
that?
rank Triple Bottom beer.
yeah, just come see us. We would love to have you in our tap room. Definitely come to Eastern State. It's really awesome. Continue to support local breweries in general. We're all, trying to rebuild, but it is, tough times. So just support the breweries you love. If it happens to be Triple Bottom, we'd love to have you.
It should
And,
be Triple Bottom, guys. Nick, what's going on with you, bud?
Also, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and
Tell your friends.
we're hiring. So
So is they.
Yeah, seasonal workers,
yeah, we
bartenders.
need part-time store and tap cleaning. So if you want to get into the tap field.
If you want to work
To
with
clean the
this guy.
taps at Eastern State Penitentiary.
Yeah.
Hey.
Or learn how to build them eventually after you've learned the first part of cleaning.
It's all the same. So
It's,
looking up
it's,
those is the
it's,
thing.
it's the baby steps of working your way to building bar systems. So, yeah.
Very
Give
cool.
us a call, let us know. We need help.
Well, Tess, thank you for joining us tonight. This was awesome.
Thank you.
The beers were like really good. There was
Yeah, all of
Yes,
them were good.
they were
There
really
was no
good.
duds. I mean,
there wasn't a bad beer. And it's
there
like,
wasn't a bad one.
that being said,
Send more.
if you have a bad beer, put it in, and we'll tell you what it's like. Like we'll tell you. How
I'll
to
tell you
use it.
why it's
I
bad.
mean, don't, but do, but don't, but okay.
If it's like real bad, don't like. It's
If
fine.
you're just trying to,
I mean,
like,
we'll light it on fire. It's fine.
yeah, but get if you want honest feedback on it. But if you know what you did wrong,
If you're trying to
you don't
poison
have
us,
to send that
you know,
to us. But if you don't know what you did wrong, send it to
You got the
us.
sleuths right here.
All
And
right.
thanks to you, obviously. Like,
It was so
all
fun.
of our
She
guests.
will not be drinking your garbage beer.
No,
They'll be taking the first sip.
no,
No.
next one will be Kyle.
Yeah. Oh man. Kyle's the master.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us again. So long.
Sayonara.
Bye.
Bye, guys.